Yes. Indeed, it is enough to dry your throat. It actually says on the statement, $2, non-Chase ATM fee. And then they charge all kinds of other fees, $64 for something, $64 for something, and they say it's for overdraft. Well, they're the ones who cause the overdraft. They're the ones who cause the insufficient funds. They're taking money out of it all the time at will. I think they've taken out $300 or $400 in their fees. Now, add to that the fact that they don't give you any interest anymore. They're hard up. They're very, very difficult circumstances, the international bankers. They're failing. So they don't have any interest to give you. For the whole month, they'll give you 2 cents. So, bankers, you are really losing your purpose. Also, Victoria Documentarian, I wish to compliment you on how carefully you thought out the questions that you wanted to ask during Saturday's videotaping. You had given a great deal of thought to them, and they certainly well targeted. I want to thank the Reverend Dr. Benavides, First Methodist Church, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, for going on television, on videotape, and telling children how he grew up to be a minister, a pastor. It was an inspiring story, and I think it might help a child somewhere, if we could ever get it on TV in Pittsfield. If Pittsfield Community TV Access, Norman Schaffer, would stop violating my constitutional rights and my statutory rights of free speech and free press. I wish that the Reverend Dr. Benavides had done what he should have done, which was to sign the paper that Pittsfield Community TV wants him to sign, and to go on and open and close the show and take full responsibility for it. What responsibility is there to take for it? He is doing the speaking. He is telling his life story. What possible responsibility is there to take for that? I also want to thank Donna for trying to iron it out. They had everything upside down, wrong side out, and backwards. Donna said, and the Reverend told Donna to say, that I was to sign the paper. It isn't I who signs it, it's the Pittsfield resident who signed it. And I tried to tell her that. She gave it to me to sign. I put up the $15 for their membership fee, which is totally
Oh wait, I just remember. Okay, hold on
Maybe
now.
she just edit around it.
Yeah. Nice shot. Plot. Okay.
Ready? Take two.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. That's where it starts. Nice. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Congratulations, Mr. George Dixon. And there is Victoria. This is documentarian Carezzi coming to spend the day. And we have to have a hat, right? Yeah, a hat. On a rainy, rainy day. And she's so courageous. Let's put this door down. The weather in November has been very warm. And I am happy about that. In October and November we've had no snow. Let's welcome the documentarian and the graduate student from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Hello, Victoria. And I commend you on your courage not to be dissuaded by the rain.
Oh.
How are you, Victoria?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. What's that camera you got, a high def?
Yes.
What's that lovely little box? That's an adorable box.
Isn't it?
It was-
It's a wireless microphone.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And that would be owned by RPI?
Yep.
Oh, good. Are you owned by RPI?
Not for too much longer.
Oh, isn't
Kinda,
it
I
lovely? Oh, Vic, it's great.
Yeah.
And what's
To
in the
test
great
it
big
out.
bag? That's for the camera?
Yeah, that's the camera.
You know that wire microphone I have that's a close-up mic? It works very, very well.
Oh, good.
Extremely well.
That's great. And you got it at Radio Shack, right?
No, I try to stay away from Radio Shack.
Yeah. I've gotten a couple things from Radio Shack.
Although they do have good audio cassette recorders.
I think that's one of the things I got.
And they've discontinued one of them that I have, so there's only one now that they have. But it's a good one. It's the same one that my neighbor Mary has that her father had. He was an audio engineer. His office was at Carnegie Hall. He was blind, too, all of his life. So here we are. Are we staring each other out?
Yeah. Are we dueling?
Camcorder duel. It's a pretty good picture, even though it's rainy.
Yeah.
I'm ready with the dye instructions. They took me 17 hours.
Wow.
But I made your deadline. But then your documentary took you 20. Just the editing, not all the shooting.
Yeah, and we're not there yet, but getting there.
And we have to be there by May, don't they? What's their date?
Yeah. So I was gonna give you an update.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah. First, I'll just get my stuff together.
Car looks nice, Vic.
Thanks.
Thank you, sister, for giving it to Victoria.
It's getting a little rusty, but what can you do?
Well, I think you could. I wonder if you could. I wonder if you could.
Reverse it? Any way to reverse it? Or maybe prevent any further rust?
Keep it clean, Vic.
Yeah, especially in the winter.
Yeah, if you had a hose, and if you don't, just take water and slosh it. Or just take pails of water and throw it at it. I think you could detain it slightly. See, it doesn't have that chrome piece. Let's see what the 1980 Lincoln has. See that chrome piece around the
yeah, that protects
wheel
it.
well. Oh, look, he got see his fancy hood pins.
Oh,
He just got those yesterday. $45.
I never even knew they had those.
Well,
It's great.
yeah. We needed it because to hold the hood down.
Yeah.
Twice the hood has come up, and that's rather a frightening experience. But you just get out and put it down again and go on your way.
Yeah.
It was my fault because I forgot the safety hook. And when I remember the safety hook, that doesn't happen. And Greg fixed it all for me, so it looked pretty good.
Oh, good.
And then I went and did it again.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
goodness.
Well, I was just remarking to our TV audience that we've had no snow in October and no snow in November.
Great.
Now, that's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. I do. It's nice and tidy in here.
Yes, thank you.
Tidy
And
up.
I made you biscuits.
Oh, thank you.
And they're just out of the oven. Here's this
I feel spoiled.
here's this Radio Shack microphone.
Oh, yeah. That's great. I think a while ago I bought one kind of like this from Radio Shack.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I bought an RCA, 5 or 6 of them from Walmart, and they are very good pickup, but they don't last. They don't last. They stop working.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm not going to buy the 7th one.
B&H is probably the best place to get one.
They didn't have them.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And isn't that amazing? You'd think they would.
Yeah. They're supposed to have everything. What's wrong with
I don't want to charge this camera.
I'm just going to grab one more thing from outside.
Can I help you?
No, that's okay.
This at the Christian Center, and they feed the poor people. And their food is so good. Every noon, they feed them breakfast in the morning, and feed them lunch at noon. Try, this is so good. I wish Victoria sometime would read you the ingredients. It's all fresh vegetables and fruits, and no additive. And anyhow, so I went to the Fast Market. This is all, rather a price chopper. This is all they have. This size bottle, how much was it? $4. So when I was at the Christian Center with Greg last Thursday, I asked the director there, what is her name, Chris? Greg, what is her name?
The director,
I wish that the Reverend Dr. Benavides had taken the next step, which was to sign the paper that his own congregant, Norman Schaffer, required him to sign. But he wouldn't do that. Instead, he got it all mixed up and said I had to sign it. And told Donna that. And she got all mixed up. And we spent a half an hour explaining that to Donna. I wish the Reverend Benavides had taken the next step that his congregant, Norman Schaffer, required, and that was to do an opening and a closing saying that he took full responsibility for the show. I wish he had done that, but he didn't. And so how is the show ever going to get on in Pittsfield television to be seen by Pittsfield residents? Only by that few exclusive number of Pittsfield residents who have the computer and can watch it on YouTube. The show has been on dozens of my other 74 TV stations, but not in its own hometown. How's that for scooping? How's that for being scooped?
Here about 12 years.
Okay, he's ready to go out. This is his comb. Isn't it great? And how he loves it. All right, you're ready to go out, right? Now, I don't want you to leave the property. No, do not leave your own property. And you come back in an hour instead of 3 days. And instead of going over 10 other pieces of property. You love to be combed, don't you? Yeah. Can you get up in the chair where the people can see you being combed? Yeah. And see how much you enjoy it? You great big handsome cat. You're so handsome. You're getting your winter fur, your winter stole. You know, you've used up about 5 of your 9 lives on the dais. Yeah. Look at the people at home. Yeah, put your face toward there. No, not up there. You're going to knock everything down. He has tiger eyes, folks. He doesn't have cat eyes. His eyes look like a tiger, or like a leopard, or a cheetah. Okay, you can go now. And don't you hurt anybody. Bye. All the cats love this comb. And it's easy enough to clean. You just take out the fur and put it outdoors. All right, folks. Is there anything else to tell you? Do you have anything to tell me? I am your friend, and I will help you every way I can. I hope this is resolved without a lawsuit. I've told you that by Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, I think it's Rule 24, 25, along there, just before the Rules of Discovery, 26 to 38, 37, that they are compelled, the defendants, who will the defendants be? There will be Norman Schaffer and the 5 other people who work for Pittsfield Community Access, or unaccessed, disaccessed. And it will be the board. It's about 12 people, including the mayor ad hoc. And it will be, I guess it will be Time Warner. That they are compelled to make every best effort to settle this case so it doesn't have to go to court. This is a legal proceeding in which I demand and enforce a right in a court of law. What is that right? Free speech, free press, First Amendment of the Constitution, Title 47 of the United States Code, electronic soapbox, that I'm the one who indemnifies everybody and nobody else is made to. And Title 42, the United States Code, Civil Rights. Section 1983, Section 1984, conspiracy on their part because so many of them are in on it. So they have to make every effort to settle this before it goes to court, and so do I. The United States of America has an interest in this lawsuit. Because it's the backbone of America, right? And Pittsfield so-called community TV brags about giving everybody free speech, opportunity to say what's on their mind, and yet they violate it horrendously. I guess I'll start writing the notice to sue. I work on it 15 minutes a day, that way it will get done. Now, is there anything else to tell you? I would like to have you hear the words for this month of November, or the second half of November. I think they're beautiful. The first one is accede. Accede. Little microphone clip, you don't seem to work. You keep falling off. I like the old-fashioned microphone clips better. Okay, accede. That means to consent. I will not accede to the violation of free speech and free press in the United States. Accolade. Recognition of special merit. That's nice. Accommodate. To furnish with something needed, desired, or convenient. To favor. To oblige. I will accommodate you. Accommodation. Whatever supplies a want or affords ease, refreshment, or convenience. Accompany. To go with. To. Occur in association with. Go with God. There's a sign outside of the Reformed Church in America in Kinderhook, the Dutch Protestant church, that says, wherever you go, God is with you. That's what accompany is. Accomplice. An associate in guilt. And we have about 40 accomplices in this contemplated lawsuit. Accomplish. To bring to an issue of full success. To do. To achieve. To attain. To execute. To perfect. And I'm out to do that. Free speech, free press in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Accomplished. Complete in requirements. Isn't that beautiful? Complete in requirements. Success, having excellence of mind and elegance of manner. That was Franklin Fuller Buell. You hear that, Joseph Cronin in Lindenhurst, New York? Accomplished, complete in requirements and having excellence of mind and elegance of manner. Accord, in harmony with. So there are cars in the Bible. Accordant, agreeing, consonant. Accordingly, in natural sequence. Aren't these beautiful? Accost, to speak first to. Accountable, answerable, explicable. That's what's happening to you, Pittsfield, non-community TV. You have to account for yourself. You have to explain yourself. And you have to do that in a court of law. Maybe 6 courts of law if we go to the Supreme Court of the United States. Accoutrement, trappings, equipment. That applies to you, Victoria documentarian. You come in with your tripod, and you come in with your great big high definition camera, and you come in with your wireless mic. God bless you. God of grace and God of glory, on thy people pour thy power. From the fears that long have bound us, free our hearts from poor faith and praise. Grant us wisdom, grant us courage for the facing of this hour. For the facing of this hour. This hour is watching a chat with Glendora and putting up with it. Now then, folks, I just cannot leave you with all of these negative, second-level, trivial, ugly thoughts. I must leave you with some jokes. The man said, before I was married, I had 3 theories about raising children. Now I'm married, I have 3 children and no theories. Did you hear about the couple who named their identical twin girls Kate and Duplicate? Now, Bill says that it gives his lawyer a grand and glorious feeling to dispense legal advice. You give him a grand and he feels glorious. Now, what did they teach you in law school? If you know the law, you hammer the law. If you know the facts, you hammer the facts. If you don't know either, you hammer the table. 2 cars collided. A lawyer drove up. A 3rd car drove up. A man got out. He said, I'm a lawyer. I saw the whole thing happen. I'll take either side. And if you can't get a lawyer who knows the law, then for heaven's sakes, get one who knows a judge. An ideal contract is a paper with words too big to pronounce and print too small to read. And before I take your case, the lawyer said to the prospective client, I will have to charge you a retainer of $2,000. That entitles you to 2 questions. 2 questions, $2,000. Isn't that expensive? Well, maybe it is. What's your second question? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Said the lawyer, the bricks in the wall were loose. We've got a good case. We'll sue Mother Goose. How can a lawyer write a paper of 5,000 words and call it a brief? The lawyer says, I want a new trial on the basis of new evidence. The judge says, what's the new evidence? The lawyer says, I just found out my client has another $10,000. And by the way, Pittsfield TV, that paper that you have the local resident sign, that agreement, it will never stand up in court. For one thing, the print has to be such and such a size, and your print is almost illegible. So it's no good anyhow. And for other reasons, it will not stand up in court. Biggest reason is that you have no legal reason for asking people to do that, no statutory authority, and no constitutional authority. So goodbye, Pittsfield Public Access TV. I'll pray for you, but you pray, because you're in for $17,000 or $18,000 and years in the courts. Tied up years and years in the courts. These things just take years and years, particularly if it's going to the Supreme Court of the United States.